welcome to week 5 of the Controls Pod. Oh wait, we forgot to do our claps. We forgot to clap.
Oh yeah, we gotta do the same clap.
Oh, yeah, gotta do the claps.
Clap.
That's satisfactory. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Woo!
Sorry guys, I was a bit late on that.
Wait, should I be recording you guys like on a separate track?
No,
You don't need to
I'm
record
doing
us.
that. I'm recording on OBS. You can just record your own audio. But yeah, we're very good at this. Welcome to week 5 of Control+S, the weekly check-in podcast. We got stuff going on. I want to make sure that we keep doing that. That's how we typically go. Today's special guest, the first ever 5 person episode. This was supposed to be last week's thing, but Zenth was all like,
"Oh, fuck yourself."
Did we
was a long day.
figure out afterwards that he wasn't even asleep?
I wasn't.
Yeah.
oh,
He was
shit.
busy.
I was asleep for like the first half of the day, but then I got like really, really busy.
Yeah, it's
Skill issue.
okay, man.
Anyway, today's special guest is
Crowd.
Judo the Survivor, aka Quickly Entertainment, aka it's John. How are you doing?
You cut out so bad I did not hear you.
He's asking, how are you doing,
I'm
special
asking,
guest?
how are you?
Good. I've been fine. I just
That's
woke
so
up.
cool.
Not even kidding. So I'm kinda tired. I've got a monster here. So
He just
Oh, hell
narrowly, he just narrowly averted it.
Damn, that would have been really funny though. That would have been super silly. So
Okay, wait, no,
Special
that's-
sleeps through the podcast.
Could be the first person to sleep on podcast, if that's what you're looking for.
that could be our special episode where we all just nap together.
Before we continue, I have some words from some other people. I asked in a group chat anything you guys want me to say from you guys at the start of the podcast. Josh says I peed. Neo says bongus. Annie says, wait, can I say the N-word on the podcast?
No.
Okay. Ev says shout out to Ev Nations. Actually, no, shout out to you and Crown for being. Can I say the F slur on the podcast?
No.
And says I am not elaborating further. But that's all so far. If I get any updates, I'll let you guys know.
Cool. This has been
Okay,
the segment
sounds
of
good.
community highlights, everybody.
Yeah.
Pretty sure any word you have to abbreviate, you can't say like anywhere.
That's a good rule.
No, we definitely can.
Hey, speaking of racial slurs, Judo, what do you do? What kind of content do you make?
I actually have a company rule: don't touch the N-word like at all. Like I have a PowerPoint of like stuff like, okay, do not joke about this, and that's one of the rules. So
No, it's okay.
Just not
We all
apply.
get one slur per podcast.
What?
are you okay?
Yeah,
I
so
don't know this. All right. No. Yeah, no. Actually, that's one thing I did when I started Quickly Entertainment. I wrote down like a bunch of stuff like, try this. Don't do this under any circumstances, and slurring was one of them because I don't want to get canceled. And also
is
because I
fair
just don't
enough.
like it, but more so the first one.
That
Yeah,
makes
more
a lot
so
of
the
sense.
cancellation. Gotta be careful what you say on the internet. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
come back to haunt you in at least 5 years.
So
5
actually
to 10
true.
years.
So you mentioned Quickly Entertainment. What is that in your own words?
It's my company, I guess, and it's so weird to say because a few years ago when I started it, I was like, I was under the impression only smart people could like start a company. Then I realized, wait, no, anyone can start a company. You just have to like sign up. So it's my like Lego animation studio company thing that it's basically my creative outlet. Since leaving Minecraft animation, I didn't know what I was doing when I left Minecraft animation, and then I just gave Lego a shot, and it worked out. There were a few things I tried at first. I tried 2D animation for a bit. That's why the first few videos on the social media for Quick Entertainment are 2D, but then Lego popped off, so that's where I went.
Yeah. You know, fair enough. Actually, you mentioned that you don't have to be a smart person to make a company. I'm actually kind of interested. What goes into making a company anyways, then?
Basically,
So
A company, it depends on like, there's 3 different types of companies. The most basic one is what Quickly Entertainment is. It's an LLC, limited liability company. You can go to like a place like LegalZoom, which is where I went, and you basically enter like your company name. You pay for a few things like you need a registered agent. It's basically someone that can accept like a cease and desist, for example. So someone who can always like accept mail during business hours. A lot of people make themselves a registered agent. I think that's stupid because if you go on vacation and like someone mails you something, you can't accept it because you're gone. Well, then like that can be used against you in court. But so basically, you need a few things like a registered agent. You need a name. You need what else? So what else do you need? You need a place like a office, I guess, like a public address. Now I just use a virtual office for that, which is basically I can't. How do I describe virtual office? It's a place where like a lot of people, like another company was like, we're going to accept a bunch of mail here, and so you can use this place as your address. They'll accept mail for you, then send it to another address for you, like
It's kind
your
of
home
like
address.
a ghost kitchen on DoorDash.
Yeah, ghost kitchen, except for office.
Ghost kitchen.
And so, yeah, your business address is going to be public. So that's why I use virtual office. I know
So use your home address is what you're saying.
some people do, and I think again it's stupid. So yeah, so you basically need like a place, a business address. You need a registered agent. You need a what was that other thing? A company name. Yeah, the nothing company. And then you basically just like you give this like company LegalZoom, or you can do it all yourself if you just submit your paperwork to your like state. But you submit. What I did is I came up with all this. I submitted it to LegalZoom. Then they submitted it to the state. They provided the registered agent, so I don't need to worry about that. And then after a few weeks, you get some mail, and it's like, hey, you have a company now, and like that's it.
That's really cool.
That's actually rather interesting.
Yeah.
It is. Are there any
That would be
like
like a lot more complicated.
are there any like reoccurring costs or like I assume there would be an upfront cost, especially if you do it through an agent like LegalZoom. But the other agent, I forgot the name for it, the person who accepts your mail all the time, is there like a reoccurring cost associated with that? Because that seems like there would be a fair bit of labor involved in that.
Oh yeah, there is. Well, if you make yourself your own registered agent, there's no cost unless you want to pay yourself for doing that. Mm-hmm. But through LegalZoom, yeah, I think it's like $300 a year or something like that. Mm-hmm. But for that, you get that peace of mind, like, oh, I don't need to always be available to like accept mail. Because like some mail you can get, and if you're not there to accept it, it would just return right back to sender. Like you need to sign for it. Or there actually has to be someone to physically take it. And so if you can't do that, then it's like, oop. And since I'm doing a Lego company, I probably don't need to worry about this, but I do. If I ever get cease and desist for, oh no, the Lego character said the bad words, then, and I'm not there to accept it, like, then they can take me to court and use that as a way to show that my company's illegitimate.
Okay.
And that's a big reason why I went through LegalZoom instead of doing all the paperwork myself, even though it costs a bit more, is because basically when you get sued, when your limited liability company is basically, it's its own entity. So it's separate from you. So if your company gets sued, your personal assets won't be taken. Everything owned by the company can be taken, but your personal stuff. So your liability, I guess, is limited. But
That's
if
nice.
they can quote unquote break the corporate veil or prove that your business is kind of illegitimate, then your personal assets can be taken as well, because it's like, oh, it's not run properly.
Yeah.
So I don't want Lego taking like my car. So
Fair enough.
I was just like, all right.
My car either.
So I was like, all right, let's just make sure it's set properly. And
please.
yeah, I don't think they would. Lego has been pretty nice about people doing whatever they want. Like there's people with companies that make like minifigure gun props, which Lego will never make, but this dude he like designs and makes them himself, and like they haven't sued him, so I assume it'll be fine. But
It's probably all right.
I still like I want to run it legitimately, you know.
Is the threat of a cease and desist or other like legal action threatened by Lego the main reason you wanted to make a company, or was there a certain point where you're like, okay, this is right for like the ambitions I want to pursue?
Cease and desist from Lego was like a part of it. I'm not as worried about it now as I was back then, because I just didn't like I didn't know whether like one video would get them to send something or whether they'd even care. And right now, I don't think they're ever going to, unless I like trash their brand. But part of it was also because like for tax reasons, for example, like if like with a limited liability company or with any company, you get a business bank account, you get like a tax number, so it's its own entity on taxes. And the goal from the beginning was to try and turn it into a job. And with the company, you can like with an LLC, it's basically like you're taxed the same as if you did stuff freelance, for example. But you can elect to register it as like an S corp, in which case you get like you pay yourself a salary. You pay yourself a salary, and then everything. Like, so if you're, let's say, a company earns like $100,000 a year, and you pay yourself like $75,000 a year. That I think I'm not 100% on this because I'm not registered as an S corp, though maybe one day. But that like remaining $25,000, it won't be taxed with like a self-employment tax, for example. So there's tax benefits as well, and also like just writing stuff off as like an expense. Like I've done that, like the virtual office, that's an expense. Registered agent is an expense. And then like the stuff I buy for the animation, like a computer, like that's an expense. You can't do that really if you don't have a company. Mm-hmm. So it's just all these different ways to try and make it as, I guess, easy for me to like turn it into a job as possible, legitimately, rather than just like accept like TikTok, they give you $10.99, and if you don't have a company, like that's all on you to pay taxes on.
Mm-hmm. Did you start making a company after you started gaining a fair bit of traction, or was this something you had from the start? Because it seems like you're really pursuing this this animation content creation to eventually become a full-time job. Was that like something that you had set from the beginning, or only after you started popping off did it really occur that, oh, I should make a company?
I always wanted to make it a company, but I waited for a bit. I was going to wait until like, because on these platforms you can earn money, but you don't withdraw it, and so it's just kind of sitting in the platform. And I was going to wait until I had a certain amount there, but then eventually I was just like, I'm going to hit that eventually. Register as a company now. I can't remember exactly when that was, but it wasn't like day one of making it. It was, I think, it was a few Lego animations in. I think when I moved to Arizona from California, because California is like you pay like $800 a year for a company, like just immediately. Like you register, it costs $800. In Arizona, it's like free. Actually, it's not free, but it's like a lot less, and you don't have to pay a yearly fee just to keep it going, which is important as someone who's not making a ton of money, but who's making some. So yeah, I waited till I moved, and then I think I waited a few more months and a few more animations, and then I was like, okay, company time.
Nice. It's company time. It's company time. That's sick.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I've definitely always wanted to get into the company business. One, I don't even think I'm old enough. You probably need to be like 18, I would assume, to make a company.
Yeah, I believe you have to be 18. Like, you don't have to be like 21 or whatever. I think 18 is the minimum because legally an adult.
True. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. So in terms of like the content that you decided to make, you've gone pretty hard into the Lego style. Like that is pretty similar to Minecraft, but what did you want to change about like the Minecraft animation style? Like why did you feel a need to depart from that?
I couldn't work on cubes anymore. Like these flat, like just cubes. I don't know. I just was looking at Minecraft animation, and I actually have a separate job for Apex hosting where I make Minecraft animations, and just doing that for work and then going and doing it for passion, it just burnt me out immediately, like almost immediately. And Lego, like, I know it's like they're both like grid style building, I guess, mediums. It's like Legos, you get a bit more variety, but there's still like I can't like model a cup myself or whatever. And like I use what Lego gives me, same way you use what Minecraft gives you. But with Lego, you get things like rim lighting, which is nice. I guess you could with Minecraft and like bevel, but that's still a sick choice.
It is. Oh my god, it sucks. I am so jealous.
Rim lighting's great. And then like the materials, like with Lego, I kind of just actually I'm going to start from the beginning. You know that site Mechabricks? I'm going to call them out a little bit. That's the Mechabricks. It's basically what everyone uses to build like to build their sets. It's like an online builder. You build your Lego sets with their library, and then you can import it in a Blender. So one thing about Mechabricks is that you can't like distribute like there's two. You can't distribute the models for one, but there's also two like shaders. There's like a free one, and then there's a one that costs $30, and the better shader, the more expensive one, will make your stuff look better. But you also can't like I couldn't send a friend a file with that shader or those models in them because it would like breach their copyright or whatever, and that just kind of irked me. So I went with this open source Lego brick library called the Aldraw library for all my stuff. I used this program called Studio, which uses that library to build the sets. And then I was able to go and create my own rig, create my own material, like my own shader for the bricks. I was able to basically do everything from scratch except for assemble the actual brick models themselves, which was so refreshing coming from Minecraft, where you basically just have MC prep and like a ton of different rigs to choose from. Like it took me 40 hours to make the first version of my Lego rig, and it was so nice. it was like, that sounds like hell. It was not. It was great. And I've kind of built upon it since. So it's taken probably close to 60 to 80. I haven't clocked in a ton of time modifying it, so I'm not 100% sure. But it's been so nice just being able to do everything myself. And the shader, I took one that was kind of existing. It was basically like glossy shader, and then with like a few different with the colors for the Lego bricks, and it was all in a group node. I took and just expanded it. It was with fingerprints and scratches and things, and it was refreshing. It was so refreshing to do all that myself instead of just with Minecraft clicking a button in MC Prep.
Could you potentially send us like an image of like what that like shader looks like so that the viewers can see?
Oh, if all those visual listeners out there, yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me. What I did is I put it on asset library as well, like Blender's kind of asset library. So I'm just gonna, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to just take the default cube, apply a red shader to it, and then.
You could also screen share too.
Yes, yeah, I can do that. I forgot.
You can.
All right, so basically, I got all the different colors. I don't think this is every color, but this is basically where I started from, which is basically like the Studio to Blender needed a special importer, which someone on GitHub made, which I kind of just like, yo, that's sick. I'm gonna use this, and it came with like shaders that I would apply. So it basically, you got Lego Standard, and then when I started applying stuff like fingerprints and scratches, it started lagging really badly in material mode. So I have it in like Eevee to just use the diffuse for like the standard one. So the scene will actually run fine. And then I can't remember how much of this I actually came. I think just this principal shader was like default. I basically created this like fingerprint group where I got this texture from Polygon, the fingerprints, and
That's really cool.
some like math node magic or whatever to hopefully it doesn't lag too badly. You can't really see it. Oh yeah, you can. There it is. There's like
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it does, but it basically apply what the I can't remember what the math nodes do, but I do remember that they apply to like the roughness. For example, like fingerprints, it goes directly to the roughness, then it goes into like the color a little bit, and then the subsurface. Not all my animations, like, and this shader's changed quite a bit since I started. Like at first, I just used the what you call it, the default one, and then I eventually started expanding into it. Scratches. These three nodes here, and this color ramp basically tell it to only use the edges, to only apply to the edges. So I can kind of crank the effect a bit. I'm trying to remember which nodes do that.
Also, for all you audio listeners out there, sorry, but this is a good time to reiterate that any images that we mention, and also like any screenshots, so I'll include screenshots of this, but there's an Imgur album in the description where you can find image summaries for everything that we talked about. So any audio listeners, just bear with us until then, or switch over to YouTube or Spotify. That one has a video edition where you can see the live screen share, but no worries if you're not. Anyway, sorry about that, Judo. Continue. Just thought I'd mention that real fast.
I found the setting, the radius. So there you go. So yeah, it only applies to the edges, the scratches, and there's subsurface scattering, which I know Minecraft you can do, but it kind of sucks. But
Hey, whoa.
Whoa.
yeah, but this cube is not beveled, but you can kind of see the subsurface scattering on the edge. Yeah, Minecraft. I remember there were like people were getting arguments like you can only apply the subsurface scattering to the part of the Minecraft character with no clothes, like the hands and the face.
It's so stupid.
I think with Minecraft, it is completely up to preference because of how weird and different it is from like the standard. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's super stylistic in the first place.
Based.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So yeah, I just let's see, let's go back into the shader and fingerprints, scratches. I put them in their own groups because the shader looked so much more complicated before. Maybe I should have kept the complicated version. And then this Mecha Bricks, what I could have done is just gone to the Mecha Bricks shader, Control C, Control V, but I didn't feel good about doing that. So I did like a few hours of research into subsurface scattering. It eventually landed on like these values. I remember using like a calculator trying to okay, the Lego bricks are this size in Blender, so they need this much subsurface scattering with this much value in the thing and the radius. I can't remember what I did, but I remember the science. But in the animations, I think it looks fine. So, hooray!
That's sick. Yeah, so it's very clear that you do have that you take a creative output of something that is very important in your life as well, making animation also your full-time career. But I think I remember seeing on your Twitter a couple months ago that animation itself wasn't really like your main draw, like the technical aspects of it, though you do put a lot of effort and a lot of care clearly into the technical side of things, but it was more telling stories that was the real draw to animation. So is that so? Like, what got you into animation or creating or telling stories? Kind of like, what was the first initiator that was like, oh, I think this might be for me?
Oh, it depends on how far back you want to go. If you want to go all the way to the beginning, like when I was 14, because I'm 22 now. I turned 23 in 2 days.
Ancient.
Ancient grandpa.
Oh, you have withering flesh or something.
I know, right? But yeah, when I was 14, maybe 13, maybe even older, or younger. I cannot remember exactly. But I was really into Doctor Who, and then there's this guy that created these Doctor Who intros through CG, and I tried to replicate it, and I sucked so bad. I was using Google SketchUp and animating the camera around the model, and that was because you couldn't actually animate the models in SketchUp. And so like take that in a green background, put it in iMovie or whatever, and that was like my garbage. But as far as like storytelling animation goes, like character animation, the main draw was stories, because I had this like idea for a show I wanted to make that is like, it was basically like, and this was when I was like 16. It was a ripoff of Spider-Man, basically. It was like, or kind of a ripoff. It was, it's not something I'd make now, but it was like, I want to make this show in Minecraft, and I tried Minimator, and Minimator sucked. So like, I remember trying to have a scene rain. I made it rain with this big plane and a bunch of particles, and then the file crashed. I couldn't open it again, and I was like, okay, Blender time. So, and then I stumbled upon BPS's tutorials, and then basically I just kind of went from there, did Minecraft stuff up until Songs of War, and then I got the job at Apex. Then Minecraft was like, I don't like doing this from passion anymore, because it had been like 5 years. So that's the very SparkNotes version of it. But yeah, the main draw for character animation was stories. And even now with this Lego stuff, like, you know how, I guess, Squared Media now, they do silent stuff. And that's basically what everyone kind of does as well in Minecraft. Like, you got those, I guess, song parodies, or like Five Nights at Freddy's song parodies or whatever. But when it comes to actual storytelling, the characters don't usually talk. Yeah. And when going into quick entertainment, I wanted to avoid that as much as I could. I know, like, Traveler's Tales games, like the characters used to go like they mumble.
Yeah, like Slippery T animations too.
Yeah, like Slippery D.
Yo, wait a minute.
Personally, my favorite person in the community.
You guys excited for Jenny's Odd Adventure Part 5?
I'm so excited.
Me too. Sorry, continue.
I'm never going to acknowledge that creator's existence ever again. No. But yeah, no, I wanted to avoid the silent stuff, because one, I've been doing it for so long, but two, I wanted to be able to tell stories with more, I guess, substance to them. And that's kind of ironic, because I realized fairly quickly I'm not a great writer, not a great voice actor, not a great, like my main skill is animation. Like, I'm not even a great director, but part of quick entertainment is that I want to kind of accomplish. Some of the goals are just become better at those things as I progress. And honestly, the quick entertainment, especially TikTok, it blew up so much faster than I expected it to. Like, I always was kind of optimistic that it would do well, but the first Lego animation got like 10 million views, and that was insane. Damn. And the Instagram, like, it's at like the TikTok, I think currently is at 200,000.
Jesus.
And the Instagram's at like 55,000, and I've only made like less than 20 Lego animations or something like that. Like, and they're all like shorts. They're all short form content. And some of them are like recreations of other people's audio, because that's part of TikTok, and those ones have done fine. But some of the original stuff I've done has done, like the Subway Surfers one that I recently did. It was basically like a cop and this dude interacting. Underneath there's Subway Surfers gameplay, or Lego recreation Subway Surfers gameplay, and they kind of interact. And that one on TikTok alone is like almost 900,000 views, and that's something I wrote, directed, voice acted in myself along with like another friend. And it's kind of crazy, because I know I'm not great at that kind of stuff, but I'm hoping to eventually. I know, like I don't get it, but I'm hoping to eventually get to a point where I can tell stories with like a lot more substance rather than just like fat jokes, because I've found I default to fat jokes pretty quickly. It's like I have this cop character, and he's like, and he's just fat, and like there's this whole animation I have of like this dude just calling this cop fat in so many different ways, and I'm trying to like tell stories with more substance, more than just like silent characters, more than just like fat jokes. I'm trying to evolve as a writer and kind of grow as director and everything. And that's I forgot what the question was, but
No, this is going perfectly into like the next thing I wanted to talk about, which was where do you want to take the stories, and where do you want to take Quickly Entertainment next? Because I was like, you basically answered my question before I was going to ask it. I was going to ask, is short form content something that you want to pursue for the foreseeable future, or is there a bigger, like almost magnum opus that you kind of want to achieve, and are you working towards making that happen currently at all?
There's no real there's a few big animations I want to make, like maybe like 10 to 15 minute ones. Like there's one I want to make that's basically called Toge. It's like, I don't know if you guys know that anime Initial D. It's basically about mountain racing. Like basically you got your like Japanese sports cars and you like race down a mountain pass. That's like my favorite show ever. And it's not like a super like, it's not a deep story, but it's a fun one. And it kind of inspired me like in a lot of ways. It inspired me getting into cars, but also like the car I have now, it's a BRZ, and it's basically like the spiritual successor of the car in that anime, which is kind of funny. So what I want to do is recreate that car in Lego, send it to Lego as well. They're like Lego idea sets, and then create the animation alongside that and use it to kind of like promote that set. Eventually create like an official Lego set, but also the animation is just like somebody's kind of kicking around my head. But for the meantime, shorts is definitely the just what I'm going to continue to do.
Nice.
My current goal, my summer project is a kind of a sitcom. I found my humor is kind of sitcom-y, so I want to create like an 8 episode like kind of sitcom, with each episode being 1 to 2 minutes long, and that's my summer project.
Hey, that's sick.
Yeah, sweet.
So speaking of goals, actually, that's kind of the name of the game of this show. I feel like it's a good time to position to more like what have we been doing over the past week. So I think Zinth, what have you been doing for the past week besides sleeping?
1 sec.
So comic, what have you been doing?
Okay, I'm sorry, I had to express my sadness for a gift. Okay. Not much that I wanted to. Thing for you is actually like basically done. I'm probably gonna be able to finish it next time I get a chance, but you were asleep.
I was. So for context, I gave Zinth a scene that I finished. He was gonna light it. That was 40 days ago. And for the past 5 weeks, it has been on his list of things to accomplish.
I've been slowly but surely working on it. Ever since my computer couldn't handle it anymore, it's been slower than usual. But besides that, I haven't been doing like all I wanted to have been doing, but I'm definitely doing a lot. Like silly music video, I have made no progress on that the past like week. But I have made quite a few renders, quite a few images. I am improving with my lighting, not in the direction I would have wanted to, but I still am nonetheless.
I really like that render that everyone on Twitter liked. That one is really cool. You should make more
I
like that.
I don't anymore. I did for a little, but like now.
I mean,
Hold on, let me pull it up.
You are getting like really good at rendering and lighting now, though.
Yeah.
No, you are like this. Like unironically, this render looked great. So if you peek the group chat, Zinth made this render.
Look at that, guys. I disconnected Ev from the house call because I thought it would be funny, and she had me hug your organs while you still can.
That's a threat.
That's so cool.
But that's okay.
People really like this render on Twitter. Like 3 people, including me, called it really hot. And then Zinth is never doing another one like this again, and I'm very sad. We should petition.
The eyes look like the Roblox logo.
You know what? That's the exact thing I said when he made that.
Is it? I don't even remember.
I did, because I was there, witness when you made that. I said it looked like the Roblox logo in like an onion ring.
Okay, another thing I've been doing, extremely happy with this, improving with my spliting and blocking a lot,
Yeah.
but I'm working on this collab part. Yeah, very happy with how it's turning out so far.
That looks so good.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you are definitely getting very, very correct in like every field right now.
Dude, seriously, except
Because
speed.
the thing I notice, you don't like focus on like one skill all the time. Like you're always working on like specifically lighting, compositing, animation, modeling now as well. Like you're starting to work in all the fields and like starting to get really good at all of those, which I think is like really good for productivity.
Especially composition, I've been trying to like push into because I am not very, very good with composition. Red definitely very, very much is, but like, you know, he's been giving me notes here and there, and I've been like getting a lot better. Thank you, Red.
No problemo.
Yeah,
No, you're improving at like an astronomical rate.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm actually working on something right now. I like this entire time I've in the background just been working on this silly thing. Yeah, I wanna.
That's pretty crazy.
Dude, Twitter's gonna love this.
What about it?
You know that reminds me. Like originally, my plan for this podcast was the entire joke was I was just gonna screen share and play Google Snake the entire time. But then I got worried. Like, wait, is my mic gonna be picking up these arrow keys? And so I stopped.
Yep.
It was.
It
Oh,
was 100%.
Okay, last episode, I had to edit about 100 clicks out of Comic's feed. Like throughout the entire episode, Comic was just clicking on stuff, and I had to like manually remove it every time. So thanks. I appreciate the.
dude, I could have just played Google Snake actually the entire time and just completely ruin your editing process. It would have been great.
It would have been really funny.
Is there anything else I've done? Lil Sai. Hold on.
Lil
Wait,
Sai.
one sec. I
Hold on.
gotta pull this up. Another animation
Oh, yeah,
I
the
did
Lil Sai.
that I blocked out, and I am never splitting because I don't feel like it.
I don't think you need to. No, you've been popping the heck off recently.
Thank you.
Oh, the cat. You look so sad.
Big poo.
It's
Another
Big Poo.
reiteration, these animations will be in the description. All the audio listeners. But no, I am really, really excited to see what you make. Also, this collab that you're hosting as well. Every single person who's been making an entry so far has been like their best work ever.
They are going insane. Everyone's going insane. It's crazy.
They're going ham.
It's wild.
Is there anything else I've done? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I could make a joke here, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
You're missing the Rule 34 you made last night.
What? I didn't do it. Anything of the sorts.
I didn't do it, I swear.
Shut up.
I didn't do it, I swear. Jenny made me do it.
Oh wait, I wasn't here last week. Actually.
You weren't. No, you were all like.
Wait.
That's my impression
Did
of
I
you
ever-
last week.
Did I ever actually get a chance to like talk about the silly OC I made? I don't think I did.
No, I don't think
you
so.
have. No.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I made a new fella. Because I didn't like the old one. I got really bored of him because I thought he was boring and uninteresting. Besides the
You got
beanie,
rid of the beanie, dude.
Yeah, I hated it. It looked like doo-doo. It looked like garbage. So I removed it, and it's better now. But a few things. I did these two things, and if I can go... I'll go get through this quick. I've been talking about this for a while. I also did this, which I'm still having rendering issues with. But this is... I want it. I want to be able to finish it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just can't
So
get
good.
all the... I can't get all the passes rendered because, like, I realized, oh, wait a minute, I never rendered any alpha passes, so I can't actually, like, do anything that requires alpha and fusion. So I went to go do that, and now whenever I, like, try to denoise anything, it just fucking crashes. And I don't know what to do. But it's also a really laggy scene because there's, like, a ton of glass, which means a ton of vertices. There's, like, a particle system with, like, 300,000 particles. I don't know why the fuck I did that.
That's so sick. I will say though, over the past month, like as your friend, I am extraordinarily proud of you. You have been making some extremely really good looking stuff. I also just want to take another moment to just appreciate the character design, the OC that you just made. It's so fucking good. And everything about it is just such a cohesive design from the multiple tails and the multiple ears, the color palette that's consistent all the way through, like how the eyes kind of mimic the end of the tail too. It's just a very realized vision and such a really well executed one as well.
Thank
It
you.
is.
It makes me want to redesign myself because I'm just a guy in a hoodie.
My favorite and least favorite part about it is definitely the translucency because it looks sick, but it is a pain in the ass to get to look good. like when I get it to look how I need it to, because like putting it like anywhere will like light up the whole thing, and doing any like rim or kick lights that look nice, doing silhouetting, it is terrible, and I hate it, but I'm working around it.
It's going well.
Silhouetting? That's not a word.
I guess
Don't worry, I use like at least 10 words a day that aren't real.
Okay, but that's all I want to talk about. I took up too much time. Sorry.
Right.
No, man, you're good. That's the thing. We all talk here. We talk for as
yeah.
long as possible. That's what.
Wait, one more thing. Wait, one more thing.
Okay.
I got 71 on misfire. That's enough.
You're still misfire?
Oh, we're bringing Geometry Dash into this.
Oh my god.
Okay, now I'm done.
Okay.
We're bringing Geometry Dash into this. I did just be back on track that other day, you know?
Ooh. That's awesome.
You know,
Would anybody
somebody
like to
setting
go
goals on me.
next?
Fucking Roxy Nuzzles Demon.
You know, I'll go next because mine's pretty short. Just throughout like the past week, I've been like, okay, so I was like unsure if I ever wanted to mention this on the podcast, but like I'll do it like in a very vague way. I started like this secret channel 2 months ago that I will not be revealing the name of, but I wanted to do an experiment with like kids content to see how well kids content does, because like the thing is, I'm always like really interested in like how people grow, blow up, or just like what really gets people to click and everything. So I've been having a lot of fun experiments with that lately. For example, this channel I've been doing, just been, you know, I've been trying to just upload on there with a friend like twice per week. We're not too great at the whole scheduling thing just yet, but we're still getting there. But we've amassed like quite a decent following over the past 2 months, and I'm hoping to bring that somewhere, because it would be really funny if this joke/experimental channel actually got me money. I feel like that would be funny.
That would be funny.
And that's half my motivation to work on it, because it would be funny.
Cash would be pretty
It would be pretty
funny.
I'd laugh if you started making money.
Red treating poor people.
Hey, I'm helping you out pretty soon.
You are. Like, that's another thing I must mention. I fully decided to just like quit Minecraft animation like a while back, especially after the whole Afton Files thing. I just decided to go in new medias. Because, like, for example, back in 2017, I used to make Minecraft machinimas. Like, I don't think it was 2017. I think it was, like, 2016. And, like, I was more of a kid at the time. So I used to do the very basic thing where you would, like, get your tablet, put it on some kind of stand, and record your TV and play Minecraft for a few minutes and upload it. That was my channel back then. So I always thought it would be, like, really cool to go back to that first thing I did, which was, you know, Minecraft machinimas, then just put every new skill I have now into trying to revamp everything, which is kind of what I'm doing now. And it's actually, I'm pretty proud of how it's turning out right now, and I'm really excited to get that going, because it's honestly a lot more fun, because I realized when I was doing, like, specifically animation, I would get myself stressed a lot, because, like, I was very inexperienced and very behind when it comes to animation, because I don't really exactly learn as fast as other people. So it was always kind of a struggle for me to keep up. So I felt like doing this now just lifts a huge weight off my back, so I can just go into a new media that I kind of have a bit more experience with and that less people do, which I thought is going to be cool. So I'm still doing that, and actually Red here is helping me out with some basic funding to be able to do some stuff on there, which I really appreciate. Thank you, Mr. Killer.
Of course. I'll reveal it first here and foremost. I want to dedicate a full episode to this in the future, but I think, let's see, we're like 44 minutes in. Anybody who's listening up until this point is the most dedicated of fans, so they get this intel information, but I am going to purchase the Crown Pixel YouTube channel.
Oh, so we're making that public, huh?
Yeah, I do want to dedicate a whole video to it, discussing like what the plans are for it later, but I'll just mention it here first and foremost. Is for the projects that I want to create, I think that's definitely going to go up on the Crown Pixel YouTube channel, which I will have ownership for very soon, and we'll provide some funds to Crown's project as well. So let's just putting that out there.
You know, to food and my project, you know. Food.
Yeah. So
I'm not because you need
go ahead.
food to survive.
Red's out here investing in
it
Minecraft.
legitimately is an investment. I don't know if it's gonna work. Like when we were discussing the purchase.
Like I was talking to him saying, hey, I think this is a dumb idea, but I won't stop you because it's free money for me. But as your friend, it's a dumb idea.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, you've amassed 50,000 subscribers. That's notable. There's something I got to do with that. But I am very well aware that your channel hasn't uploaded in 8 months, and I may just not get any traction whatsoever. But I feel like it is better than nothing, which is what I currently have.
I mean, I've definitely brought that channel up from the dead multiple times.
Yes, you have.
But, I think it's still going to be somewhat of a challenge. But honestly, I feel like if you do make the right moves, I think you can make something off that, especially since you're going to be starting off with like all the ads stuff, because like it's always getting the first 1,000 subscribers that is like always the hardest part for people.
Right, yeah, I can monetize right off the bat, but I think we should save this for a future episode. I do want to go more into depth in this later, so you will get all those juicy details very soon. But to pivot it back to what we were talking about before, this machinima project of yours, Crown, have you been doing anything in the past week specifically? Have you finished that town segment yet?
I haven't finished it because I realized I needed it bigger than I wanted to, and now thanks to your funding, I think I can actually just pay some people to help me out with that, because that's going to be taking a while. I've definitely done progress on it though. I've been like mainly Friday and Thursday I was kind of just going on an on and off 1 hour schedule. I finally found like a schedule that like works for me. Although I realized I just get distracted so easily when working, so I almost just can't be in calls when working at this point. But like I have figured out just a strategy that works for me is like just saying, hey, you have an hour to work on this project, and then when that hour's up, I just go to the next one. Then when that's over, I switch back to the other one, so I don't get like exactly too bored, and like I don't have to spend like too much time. Because like, when I spend too much time on something, I get bored and demotivated, and then, I just close it and I don't open it for a week. Yeah. Which, obviously, for what I want to do, I need to have an actual consistent schedule. Especially with a bit of the effort I want to put into it. So that's what I've been like mainly trying to figure out, is just what's a good schedule for me to do things. Because, obviously I have other stuff I have to do in life while balancing. I feel like everyone kind of has that struggle when they have like school or a job or your grandma's funeral next week, but you really want to stay home and watch TV.
It took a second to
takes
sink
priority.
in what you were saying.
Yeah, there's not exactly anything notable I've done. I think this is definitely going to be like a big week for me though, especially I have a lot more confidence going into something with an actual budget, because before I was going in with $0 and I had to be like, hey, you want to voice act for this Minecraft mission? I can't pay you though. Like that's just like, that has to be an immediate turnoff for people. I don't know why I haven't been refused yet. Surprisingly,
it's your Riz.
I think literally just the examples I provide of like promotional art, which Zinth actually helped me with, is like the only reason people are saying yes. Because those actually look good. Which, thank you for that, by the way, Zinth. I still love that render.
When are we publicizing?
This following Saturday, so that'll be May 6th is when this episode is going open.
I meant the promotion.
Yeah, the promotional stuff, we're not able to include that just yet. That's why I've been avoiding saying the name of what I'm doing.
I could throw up you could throw up the old Afton Files poster though, because that also looked really, really good.
I like this one more.
Okay.
I still got a fix silly rendering issue. I can't figure that out. Okay,
right.
Wait. I'm sorry to do this mid podcast, but hey, guys, if any of you watching have an issue with transparency, where just lines render in like the middle of like anything transparent, like randomly in the render, I don't know why. Please help me. I can't fix it, and I'm not able to make like half of the renders I want to because of it. Thank you. You guys. Can
yeah.
continue.
Also, just another note: if you would like to direct donate directly to Zinth's family. His address and mailing
What?
address will be in the description if you want to send them any food.
If you want to send Crown any death threats, he lives at.
No, we were so close to getting through a whole
We were
podcast
so
without
close to
doing
not
that.
doxing each other this time.
It took us 49 minutes to get to this bit. Okay, anyway.
I wish I still memorized your address. I would have to like go to a channel and just that, but I don't feel like putting in that effort right now.
Wait, whose?
Your address. Never mind. You know.
Okay.
Just next section. Who wants to go next? Comic. Do you want to go next?
Comic, you want to go
sure.
next? What have you been working on?
Okay, well, first of all, there's the new Zinth collab thing, which I've been started working on yesterday, and I have some stuff for that I feel happy with. So I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna send it here.
Yippee!
So yeah, there's
There it
this.
is.
This is pretty silly. I'm pretty
This
happy
is
with
incredibly
this.
silly. I'm pretty excited to start working on this too.
It's just a,
Yeah.
it's just a fun song.
Red, you've
Yeah.
been giving like terrible examples of what you're gonna do for this collab, and I'm not sure if you
Okay.
even want me mentioning them.
Mine? Okay, but no, all of my ideas were awesome. Okay, you just
No,
don't
they
know
were
it
not.
yet. You just don't
They
know
were
it yet.
They were majorly controversial.
Okay, so here's some of the
It's
ideas that I
there.
had for this content. Judo, you can be like the mediator to see if these ideas are good. So my first idea was there's a bunch of kids playing on the playground. They're like playing soccer or something, and they kick their ball out into the street. And then they're like, they select one kid to go get it, right? They go pick it up, but then, oh, shoot, headlights are coming in. And right before the dude gets hit, the camera pans back to all the friends. They get splattered in blood and they're shocked and they're crying and throwing up. I think that'd be super funny.
That's like a pretty,
Yeah.
not
do
that collab.
Okay, the next
I don't know
idea.
if
you do live
it's
action.
caught on, but just for clarification, I did say no.
He did say no. He also said no to the idea of a whole bunch of people robbing a house and then setting it on fire, and the last shot would be of a crib in a burning room.
Live action
Once
again.
again, just for clarification, I did say no.
Yeah, he also said no to the idea that would follow Technoblade's life all the way from his Skywars days to the Dream SMP ending in the hospital.
What? You cut out through all of
cut
that.
out
All we
through
heard
all
was
of
why
that.
is Skywars a dream SMP?
Okay, so
Hospital.
to reiterate, like it would follow the career of Technoblade from his Skywars days to the Dream SMP. It would end in the hospital. Let's see, what are my other ideas? Oh, I wanted to do just 10 seconds of a girl like weeping at a grave. She's just standing over a tombstone and just crying the whole time.
Just not even the
Shut-
song is playing.
No, the song is playing. It's just not synced with the song at all. She's just mourning.
Background music's like 2013 Monster Cat.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think someone in the collab needs to do Monster School. Just a random Monster School episode plays in the middle of the collab.
I'll settle on
that'd be
an idea eventually. Anyway, comic, we kind of veered
Yeah.
off from what you were
No,
doing. Do you have
that's
anything
fine,
else
that's
you were
fine.
working on?
So in other news, I think I have finalized my first character design for my silly little show thing. Woo! Here's the skin I made.
Woot
Yo.
woot skadoot.
Ooh.
He's blonde.
He's
Yeah, of
blonde.
course he's blonde. I bet he lives in California too.
Hey, comic.
Yeah.
Comic.
What do all blonde
probably-
people come from California?
Comic. I
Yes.
probably shouldn't be asking probably shouldn't be asking mid podcast.
You shouldn't.
Do you have like a lead character designer on the project? Because I am 100% down to participate. If you don't.
I'm kind of like the lead character designer, but I would love to have you help with character design if you want to.
Oh shoot.
I mean, I didn't mean designing. I'm sorry. Minecraft animation community kind of combine that in
Oh, you
character
mean like
modeling.
with,
I meant
like,
modeling.
Modeling? Yeah.
I can do good designs like once in a blue moon.
Again, I was
like-
probably going to lead on that. I was probably going to have Peyton help. If you want to help as well, that would be awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
Business
Yeah.
transaction.
Business transaction.
Negotiations.
But designing
See,
would be cool too.
That's the best part about working with your friends. They'll do it for free.
Yeah.
That's actually so true. I was thinking of like when I acquire the Crown Pixel YouTube channel, I do want to do some music videos, but all of the music videos that I want to do, I have no way of obtaining the rights to the songs, so they would get stricken like immediately or like claimed
Yeah, no,
immediately.
why do you think I quit?
True. And I was like, hey guys, I'm not going to be making any revenue off of this. Want to do it for free? It's just for fun, but I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Comic?
Well, I'm curious. What were my goals last week? Because
Oh shoot! Yeah, I forgot to pull those up. Hold on, 1 second.
Because I
should
forgot
probably.
them.
One of my goals for this week is going to be like reiterating the goals on like Wednesday, because I usually like write them down and then I just don't bring them up until like this recording session.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it'd
gonna
be
make it a
pretty
goal
helpful.
to actually write down my goals so that I know what they are.
Okay, I wrote down your goals for you. You wanted to finish the plot outline, figure out the one character left. I think you had one character, and you wanted to revamp the intro song.
Okay. Well, I did none of those. I tried to sit down and work on the plot outline like for the past 2 days, but I kept getting like other things I had to do. So I will write all of those down for next week.
Okay.
Did you get a girlfriend yet, Comic?
That is completely unrelated, and no.
Like for next week.
Yeah, put it for next week.
Get at least one bitch.
I don't think it's a healthy mindset to be going for unrealistic goals.
No, it definitely is.
Okay,
Like-
but you'd have a reason. Hey,
We'll
I
make
wrote
you-
down
we'll make
my
you
goals
a-
for this podcast.
No,
I
it's
need to get
okay.
at least-
I will make your Tinder profile for you.
Oh my! Please
No, that's an
do
offer and a
not
half.
do that.
No, I like know you the best of like anyone here. I would definitely be able to write you a good one. No worries, my dude. I'll write it in the mindset of like little Psy, you know?
Oh my God.
Judo, I know you didn't write down goals for last week because you weren't on the podcast last week, but do you have anything interesting that you've been working on over the past week in particular? Any
Yes.
shoot.
This, and I will put this. Basically, I'm working on this the short Club Bazooka Man, inspired by like a Eurobeat song, and also by Mission Suction Cut Man. I kind of took the two and meshed them together, and basically got this dude's underwear with a bazooka, and
Peak character design.
the broken space helmet.
That's sick.
And
For all you audio listeners out there, there is a guy with a space helmet and a bazooka in his underwear running down the streets.
he has a shirt on,
in
though.
Lego style. He has a shirt on, yeah.
Space shirt.
It can't be too
Interesting.
rambunctious.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on for the next week or two. It takes me like a week or
I
two
feel
to
like-
make these shorts.
I feel like I've seen something like this in Chicago.
That's where it's being filmed. It's not animated. It's live action.
That's awesome. How long have you been working on this?
I can't remember because I stopped for a while for finals. But since those are over, I'm getting back in. I think I started. Actually, wait. I can just find where the GIF was made. Here we go. April 12th was when that GIF was made. 3 weeks ish. But I haven't worked on it for 3
It's
weeks.
been like on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's
I see.
getting into the grind.
Sweet.
The grind mindset.
Oh, Crown, actually,
Grind
looking
set.
back on these goals, you did have another goal that you actually did finish, which was finish the music video for your video production class. We did.
Oh yeah,
reaction to that
I
the other
forgot.
day.
I did an entire music video for the video production class where I just redid the entire nerd versus geek rap battle, which I physically just cannot show.
No, you can't. It's probably lots of doxable information in there. But
Yeah, lots of doxable information.
But yeah, so good job on doing that. That's sick.
Thank you, Mr. Killerin.
I guess if nobody else has anything to say, I got my goals for the week.
Okay, so that's the end of the podcast.
Shut up!
Thank you all for
So actually, I just remembered. So Comic, you reminded me of this, but I also commissioned a skin artist, Darth Lux. By the way, shout out Lux. We worked on Songs of War together. I think she's still doing stuff for Squared Media now. But anyway, I commissioned her to do the skins for my series, and here they are. Here's the first one. Boom. Her name is Logan. We got this one. Her name is Lyra. We got this one.
Oh, crap.
That's Key. And then finally the main
These are
character.
all women.
Okay. We got this one. This is not a woman. His name is Lincoln. He's the main character of
He
the.
could definitely be.
He could, yeah.
The one dude's the main character.
Okay. Him and Lyra are the main characters. The story are gonna follow these two dudes, but it is mostly about Lincoln, but not by a whole lot.
Like Lincoln Loud from the Loud.
Shut up!
The one with white hair.
I hated that when you pointed that out to me because this dude also has white hair, and it's like, oh, shut up. Okay, I'm not changing it though. I'm not changing it. But yeah, these are the four main characters of my film that I'm going to be making over the next year. Oh man, yeah, Lux is super good. Shout out Darth Lux, by the way. I really like her style.
Oh yeah,
skin that she
Shout
makes.
Out to
Nope. But yeah, I really enjoy the style that Lux makes because it's kind of like an advanced version of an old style of skins, because there is a very distinct like new age like e-boy / e-girl style of Minecraft skins where they're almost more abstract than anything, very pastel colors, and it seems like or like the stuff that Violet's doing, which I also really enjoy. But I don't know, her style of skins that she does really fits what I'm going for. So pop off, very epic. As for things that I want to do over the next week. The main thing that I want to do is I want to pass off the script to both you, Comic, and Michael, because I finished the script for the first episode, but I think it just needs one more revision to make sure everything is super polished up, and then I'll be able to send it to you guys. So that's pretty cool. I didn't talk to Jim from Whataburger because he intimidates me for some reason.
Wait.
intimidated by a Whataburger employee. Okay.
Oh yeah, Judo. So Jim from Whataburger. I won't tell the whole story because I told it on the last episode. But Jim from Whataburger is a guy that I met at the Whataburger restaurant establishments, and I was pitching this very show idea, this very film idea, to one of my friends when he was visiting, and this guy from the next booth over, he said, "Hey, I don't mean to intrude, but that sounds a whole lot like my life." And it was super wild because the main character Lincoln, he's homeless basically. He's an orphan who ran away, and now he lives in a bus in the middle of the woods. And like every week or so, he goes back into the city to like steal food and like paint on walls and just like do art and stuff. And that's like the main like rhythm of the story. So it was super fucking interesting to hear this real ass person say, "Hey, I've done stuff very, very similar to that." So I talked to him in Whataburger for like 20 minutes or so. We exchanged numbers, and I haven't reached out to him since. That was like 5 months ago.
Oh.
But
Can I do a small side note?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my
God damn it! Shut up! But yeah, as far as that goes, I just want to like finish up the scripts. I don't know. It might be too early to go for voice actors, but finishing up the script, having a really finalized script is really exciting because then I'll be able to go for voice actors. And I feel like once I have all the voice lines, everything will kick off from there.
Yeah.
I also want to buy the Crown Pixel YouTube channel officially. I want to have that signed into my name.
For an undisclosed amount of money?
For an undisclosed amount of money.
$2.
Dude, yeah.
It was at least 15.
It was at least 15, actually. That is true.
15 Twix bars.
15. I want to post the scene that Zinth is lighting, which he's very, very close. For real this time. Other than that, actually, I don't really have a whole lot I want to do.
So out of curiosity, once you buy my channel, is that where you're going to be uploading your thing that you're just talking about now then?
Yep. That is the main reason that I purchased the channel, is because I want to build up hype on that channel so that this will have as many eyes on it as possible. The story that I want to tell, I have a lot of faith in it. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm very passionate about it. I put a lot of heart into it.
I think it's definitely an interesting concept. Yeah,
I really
Thank you. It. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I'm investing quite a bit into this. Yeah, I think that's about it. That's all I really need to do. Is there actually anything else I need to do this week? I don't think so. No, pretty much just that. Work on writing. Is there anything anybody else wants to say before we sign off? I think this is a good time to
shout out to.
No. Do
Crown.
people have to do their goals for next week?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. A very good point. Comic is more on top.
I'm a horrible host.
Which actually, can we give Comic a small round of applause for being on time again? You're starting to get better.
Let's give a round of applause for Zinth for not going to sleep.
Go fuck yourself.
I won't.
Okay, yeah. What do you guys want to do for this upcoming week? How about Judo? You kick us off because you're the guest.
Bazooka
special
man.
guest.
Holy
Bazooka
crap, we have a
man.
guest.
Yeah.
Hi.
Finish the Bazooka Man, then start on the. Well, I've kind of already started on the sitcom. I start brainstorming, but I don't want to start like script writing.
Very epic. Very, very cool. How about you, Zenf?
I finished your thing, obviously. Not finish the collab part, but at least get a little more progress on it. I'm probably not gonna finish that for another couple of weeks. Probably. I definitely want to. It's like I think I finally established a style. I would say that again, but I think I'm there now. I'm satisfied.
Nice.
Definitely start working on more renders or work on more stuff. I was thinking maybe I should dedicate a week to just like. Now maybe I should just make a tweet and like the 7 with the most likes could be like the theme for the next week. So each day I can make a render with one of those themes. But I feel like that'd be a very bad idea considering
People are down bad for your OC. Rightfully so, as well, might I add.
Yeah, it's okay. Me too.
If anything else, maybe get into streaming. Just I don't know, do anything else productive because I'm having a lot of fun. Maybe
You've been popping off.
Maybe finally I start streaming that silly music video I'm working on and do a lot of stuff on it to make it better because I did do all of this a while ago. It's not that good. I'm gonna say it straight up. It is unbelievably mediocre.
Are you talking about the cat?
Cat video.
Yeah. Okay,
Actually,
okay.
I never mentioned this. I'm animating a minute of Bill Watterson by Lemon Demon.
I don't remember that Gumball character.
Yeah, I don't remember that Gumball character.
Maybe I'll start streaming progress on that. Maybe I'll remake like half of it too because I feel like I have a lot more potential now.
You should definitely stream Misfire as well.
Maybe.
Anyway, is that about it, or
That's
is there something?
Yeah,
about it,
I'd say that's about it. Wrapping up.
Shut up! Comic, what do you want to do?
Since I didn't actually make any progress on like any of my goals from last week, I'm just gonna say that again. I'm just gonna actually try to do that.
Okay, finish the plot outline. Is that character you didn't quite have finished because
No.
Okay,
It's
so
just like
just the
that-
3. Finish the
Yeah.
Okay. Finish the plot outline, figure out the character, and revamp the intro.
Yes.
Just cool. And you, Crown? You said this week would be pretty busy because you got
Yeah, this week's gonna be pretty busy for me because I kind of want to actually try to get a lot done this week. I have a lot of stuff, school-wise as well. We're getting to finals at some point soon. I honestly do not pay attention to the schedule like at all. But
Base.
yeah, I want to get some stuff done, hopefully.
Get some stuff done,
I'm
yeah.
unsure if I have anything specific because I think I'm going to be jumping around a lot. So I'm not sure if I'm going to 100% finish anything just because I'm jumping around. So
Okay.
I don't want to put anything specific, but...
Yeah, I think for you that's totally fine because you are like the most productive person I've met in my entire life.
You cut out, but I get the message. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, I think that's about it. Judo, if you could tell anybody, sorry, let me rephrase that question. If you could tell every single person in the world one thing, what would it be?
If I can create a company, you can too.
Yeah.
Based.
No, just
All right.
do it.
Really said
Nike.
that genuine. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I think that's the first genuine
First
sign-off.
genuine person on the podcast.
Yeah.
So true. No, but yeah, thank you again for coming on. You have given us a wealth of knowledge on how it
you
is
cut
to create and run
so
it.
bad.
Well, it's
Yeah, I
just
agree with what Red
Let me
said.
hit that Control R.
Okay, well,
All right,
thanks
epic
for coming to the
podcast.
podcast.
The R in
Epic
red stands
podcast,
for
everyone.
restart.
My God.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Okay.
As I was saying, thanks, Judo, for coming on again. You've given us a wealth of knowledge on what it's like to create and run a company. So yeah. Super insightful episode. I think this is